Mr. Carstens, thank you for being with us again.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
A key message from these spring meetings is that the world economy is gaining momentum.
Yes.
What were the recommendations of the IMFC to maintain this momentum?
Well, the recommendation is to be aware that even though there is a recovery, that it is still fragile, and therefore we need to continue to insist in reinforcing and strengthening the different economies. And for that, the first role that different countries need to play is to work on the three-pronged approach, which is use fiscal policy space when it exists, monetary policy for those countries who can implement it, and third, and I think most importantly, to promote structural reforms. We are on a cyclical recovery, but at the same time, I think more structural growth is needed because the potential growth in the world economy it seems to be limiting.
Another key message is that growth should be more inclusive to benefit all.
Yes.
What should countries do to make growth more equitable?
Well, I think it has to be more inclusive both within countries and across countries. Therefore, a system of free trade and fair trade where there is an interaction between the different economies is very relevant. The other, which is probably more important, is inclusive growth at the domestic level. It is very important to invest in the skills of the population for them to be able to adjust and to be able to take advantage of technical progress and not being displaced by technical innovation. It is very important, for example, for tax policy to be less distortive, for also government expenditure to be more efficient, and in that way for government expenditure to privilege those who are left behind. And it doesn't need to be necessarily through cash transfers. It can be, for example, to infrastructure in which remote areas are connected to the rest of the economy. There is no one size fits all, but definitely there is a relatively large collection of policies that can be implemented and can address this pressing issue.
Some are questioning whether globalization has gone too far and is fueling populist sentiment. What were the views of the IMFC on openness and trade, which many see as key to boosting productivity and growth?
During the last 7 or 8 years, we have concentrated probably a little bit too much on a very urgent matter, which is to try to stabilize the financial sector and to get the macro policy right so that growth can consolidate itself. Then important issues like distribution, income distribution, like opportunities, like taking care of those unemployed people who are finding it very difficult to find other alternatives of occupation. Those are issues that probably we haven't paid all the attention that the problem deserves.
Mr. Carstens, thank you for being with us.
A real pleasure. Thanks so much for the opportunity.